Hello and good morning to all. Welcome to your computer class. Well, it is the third part of the revision of our first chapter, that is Internet Basics. Till now in this chapter we have discussed about some terms which are related to Internet. We have also discussed about the definition of Internet and its uses. Now here we have to discuss about the protocols which are used over net and their applications. Now let's begin. Well, data transfer on a network involves communication between the client and the server system. So, some standard set of rules are used by these two systems to make the communication possible. These network communication rules are known as protocols. Well, let's talk about this term protocol in general. Well, in general, this term protocol means some set of rules or code of conduct that we have to follow whenever we are doing any task. Similarly, when we follow some rules over net, then these rules are termed as internet protocols. Well, some commonly used protocols are HTTP, HTTPS, TCP/IP, FTP, IMAP and SMTP. Our first protocol is HTTP, that stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Well, in general, this Hypertext Transfer Protocol is used to share hypertext pages, that is HTML pages. Fine. It means with this protocol we can easily share the pages which are written by using this HTML language. Fine. Now, HTTP is a communication protocol used by the client machine to send the request to the web server for a web page, and at server end it helps to transfer the requested page on the client machine. It means this protocol will let you generate a request for a particular page. Along with that, it will also take that page from the server end and will give it to you in your web browsers. Fine. Now, it is generally used in combination with www. Well, you all might have seen that whenever we open a particular website, in all the websites we have this http:// and www. Well, in all these websites, this HTTP is our protocol, then this colon and double slash is a separator which is used over there, and then after that we have this www. Well, this term www is there just to indicate that we are accessing all these pages from World Wide Web. Well, now let's talk about how it works. It is a web browser on the client machine which interacts with the remote machine called web server. Fine. It means our client machine will have our web browser programs. It means in our computers or in our mobiles we do have a web browser, and this web browser generally interacts with our web servers. Fine. By using HTTP. Fine. Well, using HTTP by sending HTTP request, and web server delivers the requested resource to the client in the form of HTTP response. Fine. It means our web browsers will generate some request, and then that request will be fulfilled by the web server. Let's take an example. Suppose you want to access your profile in Facebook. So for that you will click on that button of profile. So when you will do so, that request, that click will be considered as a request, and a request will be generated and sent to the Facebook web server. Then in the Facebook web server, that request will first be authenticated and your ID and passwords will be checked, and then your page will be given to you. Fine. And that is termed as HTTP response. Fine. It means the page that we are receiving, that is our HTTP response. Well, in this HTTP there's a very big fault, or there's a very big glitch, security glitch. Fine. That is, in this HTTP our web pages are generally shared, and all these web pages are written in the human readable language, which means these languages can easily be read by humans without any intermediary software. That's why this protocol is generally insecure if we are working with any sensitive data, such as our banking data or our bank account numbers or passwords. So for that we have a better version of that HTTP, which is termed as HTTPS. Well, this HTTPS stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Fine. Now, this HTTPS is an extended version of HTTP, or we can say that it is an extension of HTTP. Well, it works in the same manner. Fine. It means in this HTTPS and this HTTP there is no difference, but both of these are working on the same manner, but this HTTPS is used for secure communication over computer network. Fine. And in this HTTPS, the data that we share, generally that data is encrypted. Well, this term encryption or encrypted is very important because it means this data which is shared by using this HTTPS is generally coded. Fine, it is not in the plain text format. Our next protocol is TCP/IP, that stands for Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol. Well, just now we were discussing about HTTP, that will give you the web pages, but what about the sharing of this data, sharing of all these web pages, sharing of all the files, and generally what about this networking thing, how will it be managed? Well, for managing networks or sharing the packets or sharing data between networks, we have these two protocols, that is TCP and IP. And without these two protocols, you cannot even run your mobile over net. Now, internet uses packet switching technique to transfer data, and the job of converting information into equal size packet is the responsibility of this TCP. Fine. It means whenever we share something or we get something from internet, first that file is converted into some packets. It means that file is converted into some small equal size packets, and then it is sent over the network. Fine. Then this IP generally assigns the addresses of the destination to the each packet, and then it will route all the packets back to the network destination. So it was all about TCP and IP. Now let's move to our next protocol, that is FTP or File Transfer Protocol. Well, FTP is a standard internet protocol which is used for transmitting the files between computer on the web server or on internet. Generally, whenever we share a file, whether it's a picture, any audio clip, any video clip, or any other multimedia clip, that multimedia clip is generally shared by using this FTP. Fine. And for uploading our data either on web servers or on our web accounts, this FTP is generally used. Fine. It is a client server protocol. It means this protocol must need a client and a server. Fine. By using this FTP, we cannot work client to client. We need a central server, and then we need a client that will interact with that particular server. Fine. There are two communication channels in this FTP. Fine. There is a command channel for the controlling of the transmission, and then second we have a data channel that will transmit the data. It means whenever you are sharing or you are sending a file in a server, first this command channel will control the transmission, and then data channel will transmit the data. Fine. By using a FTP, we can upload, download, delete, move, or rename our files on a web server. Now our next protocol is IMAP, that stands for Internet Message Access Protocol. Well, this IMAP is a very important term regarding messaging. Well, generally whenever we send mails over internet, all these mails are stored in some mailboxes. Fine. Now for keeping all these mails in our mailboxes properly, this IMAP is used. IMAP is a standard email protocol which is used to store email messages on a mail server, but it allows the user only to manipulate or view the messages. Fine. Well, it means in this IMAP we will get a facility through which we can save or work with our mails over a mailbox. Fine. Then next we have a mailing protocol, that is SMTP. That SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Fine. Now this SMTP is also used for email services. This SMTP is generally used for sending or sharing emails in between client to client or in between client to server. Fine. Now let's read and then discuss. SMTP is used when email is delivered from an email client to an email server, or when an email is delivered from one email server to another. Fine. So it was all about these few protocols. Then we have some other protocols that we are not discussing, that is VoIP and POP. This VoIP is a special type of protocol which is generally used for calling or networking, that is voice over internet protocol. Then next we have this post office protocol. This protocol is also used for mailing and messaging. So now here we end this class. Till then, keep learning, keep supporting us, stay safe and stay healthy, and thanks for watching this video.